Alright guys, so it's Digital Priest here. I'm going to be doing something kind of new for you guys today. Going to be doing my first video product review. It's of this Sentry Safe Chest Safe CHW30100. I bought this safe because the latch on my old one broke. I needed something to keep personal heirlooms safe. Not from thieves so much as trying to keep them safe from disasters. Specifically, I needed waterproof and fireproof. In Colorado, we've been getting a lot of floods recently, so I wanted to make sure that my safety valuables couldn't get destroyed. And you can see here that I have the relevant fire protection and that it's ETL verified for water submersion. Well, taking a look at this for the first time, I realized the rubber seal on this thing's kind of loose. So I decided to test it in my bathtub to see, is this thing actually waterproof? I'm doing this video here because it actually failed the first time, but I'm going to show you guys again here how and why this safe fails and why I actually don't recommend most chest safes for people, because I believe they're all going to have these fatal flaws. So we're going to start here by closing and locking the device. I'm going to lift up on the latch. See, I didn't close it completely, so I need to make sure I do close it completely. Okay, now it isn't opening. I'm going to lift it up here to show you guys that I didn't drill any holes in this device, that I'm not pulling a fast one over on you, because I do want to give you guys an accurate review here. Nothing drilled in the backside. And nothing drilled in the left side. So I'm going to set this back down and start filling the tub with water. And we'll fast forward this a little bit. Alright, I'm going to turn the water off at this point because you guys can see that it's beginning to float in the water. This is a good thing. It has kind of this very lightweight material at the bottom that I'm sure is both fireproof and helps it float a bit. But what's too is this safe is currently empty. It's full of air. Anybody who's familiar with buoyancy knows that when you're displacing water, things are easier to float when they're full of air rather than full of heavy items like metal. Well, the problem is we're going to be filling our safes with heavy things. Sometimes it's lightweight things like paper, but other times it's those crazy doomsday preppers on the Discovery Channel who are putting silver and gold in here or whatnot. Or maybe worse yet, you have your safe in the basement. Maybe it's trapped under some items, but it's going to be weighing it down as the water keeps on filling your house. If you only have a couple inches of water, this safe is perfectly fine. If you're in the Mississippi River Basin and you're in this huge floodplain, it's a huge danger though, because you might not be able to get back to your safe for 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week. Look at Hurricane Katrina. I'm sure everyone in California hates me right now because they don't have any water, and I'm filling a bathtub with perfectly good water, but I'm trying to do a public service here. So I'm going to keep on filling it, and it's going to keep on floating for now, and I'm going to fill it to the high water line of the tub. Alright, so we finally hit the high water line of my tub here, which is about as far as we can go, and we can see that it's still floating. That's good, but what I'm trying to test here is ETL verified for water submersion. Because Saves are like parachutes. They can't fail. If it fails even once, I'm screwed. I have all of my most precious items in here. So I'm going to simulate it being submerged. And this thing actually has a hefty bit of weight to it. I have to push to, or a hefty bit of buoyancy to it. I have to push down pretty hard to get it submerged. And when I do, you can see already the air bubbles are beginning to escape. That's bad. We're already starting to get water inside here. Maybe I'm lucky and that it's just air from around the edges sneaking out, but I doubt it. So what I'm going to do here is I have 30 to 40 pounds of mortar in a bucket here. And this is going to serve as my weight that's holding down my safe. Please, 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 do not try this at home. If any of you have any idea what mortar does, you do not want this to mix with the water. Your parents will kill you. Your landlord will kill you. It will not be pretty. So I have held this under the water now. It is completely submerged. And you can see that a lot more air escaped when I did that again. So this is submersion. No more air is escaping. It has presumably reached some kind of equilibrium. That's good. But what if this is a torrential flood, one of those Mississippi River floods? This was on your first floor, it's rolling through your house, now it's crashing down into maybe your cellar or something like that. It keeps on going up and down, bobbing in the water. More air is coming out every time this thing is submerged. It's almost like a vacuum pump. So I'm going to keep on raising and lowering this. And you guys are probably like, well, Digital Priest, you're doing a lot of things to get this to fail. And I was like, yeah, I have to test it a lot of times to make sure whether it does or does not fail. Because this thing cannot fail. I need it to be foolproof. I need it to protect my valuables in every instance. We'll do this a couple more times. And you can see, you can hear those bubbles. Just air keeps on coming out. Alright, that's probably good for now. For good measure, we'll do it a couple more times. Air, air, and air. Alright, take the mortar out. It's back to floating. We're going to empty the tub. Oops, my drain plug. There we go. Turn it around in my tub here so we can see it when we open it. Water's almost out. So the water's all out of the tub and I'm ready to open this up. And the other thing I'm going to highlight in this video is that a lot of people don't know the second leading cause of damage in a house fire is water damage. That's because when the firefighters come to put your house fire out, they're dousing your house in water. And so a lot of things take a ton of water damage. So we want to make sure that our safe is secure. In the end, I'm going to have to give this safe about a 5 out of 10 because it's probably okay in a fire. I'm not going to test that. And it's okay if it's floating, but if it ever gets submerged, it is 100% failure. I get my key in there. I lift the latch. Crap. I have a good 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of water in there. If I didn't have anything in a plastic bag, it's toast. And this is just after 15 minutes. It was only in the water for 5 minutes. Imagine if it was in the water for days. What would happen to your precious documents? This is a case of what you get what you pay for. They didn't build the $6 man, they built the $6 million man. NASA didn't get people to the moon by using janky tools. You gotta pay for quality. If your car insurance is $5 a month, they're probably not going to do too much to take care of you. That's why car insurance is kind of expensive. I know a lot of people are like, well, good wine doesn't have to be expensive. Well, guess what? Good engineering is expensive. And you can see all that water coming out. I'm going to have to get a different safe because I can't trust this to take care of my valuables. Thanks, guys. This has been Digital Priest. I've been reviewing the CHW30100 Sentry Safe Chest and telling you it is not okay for water submersion. Have a great day, y'all.